They told you words don't matter, that it's just talk. But what if that's exactly what's holding you back? What if the sentences you say to yourself every single day are silently building the cage you can't seem to escape from? Most people don't realize this. Your life doesn't change when you hustle more. It changes when you speak better. Because words aren't just air, they're blueprints. And whether you know it or not, you've been constructing your future with every phrase you repeat now. If you're serious about turning your voice into your greatest asset and using it to reprogram your thoughts, relationships, and results, this is the place. So before we go deeper, hit subscribe and stay close. What you're about to hear might challenge what you believe, but it could also unlock what you've been missing. Ready to uncover what's really shaping your reality? Let's talk about the hidden power of words. It's wild how people still think words are just noise, a way to fill silence. But what if every word you speak is actually building something? Not just ideas, but outcomes. The power of words isn't in what they say, it's in what they do to your world. Ancient cultures weren't naive. They believed words had creative force, literal tools of manifestation. That when someone named something, it became real. Think about it. You say, "I can't," often enough. Your brain stops even trying. That's not grammar, that's construction. And this goes deeper than motivation posters. Your words shape not just your mood, but your relationships, your income, even your future. People who constantly speak scarcity live in scarcity. People who speak with vision, they end up building empires. And yet, few notice how the law of attraction starts with a sentence. In the beginning was the Word. That's not just a poetic phrase from the Bible, it's a blueprint. In many spiritual traditions, the world didn't appear, it was spoken into being. That's how sacred the power of words has always been. They weren't just tools. They were divine instruments. When someone says you are forgiven, or you are loved, it doesn't just describe something, it creates it. That's not fluff, that's spiritual architecture. Religions understood this long before psychology did. A blessing, a prayer, even a whisper, each one sends ripples through the unseen, and you don't need to be religious to get this. Every time you speak with kindness, or truth, or hope, you're echoing a deeper power, one that creates connection, not just communication. If a single word could start the universe, imagine what yours are starting right now. Words are the bridge between what we feel and what others can feel with us. Without them, emotions stay trapped inside like fog in a bottle. But when we speak honestly, vulnerably, we allow someone else to step inside our world. That's the real power of words. Not just to explain, but to connect. Ever tried to comfort someone who's hurting? Notice how it's rarely about the perfect thing to say. It's about presence. Saying "I'm here," or "I see you," builds a lifeline between souls. Empathy becomes real the moment it's spoken. That's when isolation cracks and community begins. This is why movements start with language. I have a dream. Black Lives Matter. Me Too. These aren't just phrases. They are portals transforming pain into purpose, and individuals into a unified voice. The right words don't just echo, they ignite. And here's the twist. Even your self-talk builds these bridges. When you tell yourself, "I'm not alone," or "I'm enough," your mind opens a door to healing. Inner peace begins when the words inside match the love you're hoping to receive outside. Here's the thing, words are sneaky. One sentence can heal or harm depending on who's listening. Say "I'm fine," and it could mean peace, or deep pain in disguise. That's the dance of language. It's not just what you say, it's how, when, and to whom you say it. Culture adds another layer. A word that's sacred in one country can be offensive in another. Even humor doesn't always travel well. Ask anyone who's told a joke abroad. Meaning isn't fixed. It's fluid. That's why true communicators aren't just talkers. They're listeners too. Misunderstandings often don't come from bad intentions. but from blind spots in context. In relationships, careers, even international diplomacy, wrong words spoken the right way or right words spoken the wrong way can shift everything. That's the hidden weight behind casual speech. So if you've ever said something and watched someone flinch, you've felt this complexity firsthand. And the solution? Awareness. Before the words leave your lips, pause. Ask yourself, will this create connection or confusion? That tiny filter changes everything. You've felt things so big, so raw, that no word could hold them, right? That's the flawed beauty of language. It tries to wrap the infinite in 5 or 6 letters. Love, grief, awe, they all stretch past the edges of vocabulary. Some things are meant to be felt, not described. Poets like John Keats understood this. He called it negative capability, the ability to sit with mystery without forcing an explanation. That silence between the words, it's sacred, because sometimes, the more we try to explain, the more we dilute what's real. Think of the last time you saw someone cry and had no idea what to say. That awkward silence, that was the truth. Words would have only fumbled it. In that moment, your presence was the message, and it was louder than any phrase. Still, people rush to label everything. I'm sad, I'm anxious, I'm fine. But those words barely scratch the surface. Maybe the point isn't to capture every feeling but to respect what can't be spoken, and that's where the law of attraction quietly listens. You say freedom, I say freedom. But are we picturing the same thing? Probably not. That's the tricky part about language. It wears different clothes in different minds. A single word can mean 100 things, depending on the baggage, culture, and beliefs behind it. Let's take success for example. To one person, it's owning a mansion. To another, it's reading bedtime stories to their kids every night. Same word, wildly different realities, and yet we throw it around like it's objective truth. That's where words, powerful as they are, start to blur. Miscommunication isn't always because people aren't listening. Sometimes, they are, but they're hearing something totally different. And this is especially true with abstract terms. Love, faith, happiness, purpose. Without clarity, the law of attraction can't work its magic. It needs alignment. That's why clarity isn't a luxury, it's a responsibility. Instead of saying, I want to be rich, try I want $10,000 a month doing work I love. Precision invites results. Vague words attract vague outcomes. The power of words only works when the words are actually understood. Before there were books or microphones, there were spells. Spoken aloud, whispered in secret, passed down through generations. Words weren't just sounds, they were sacred. Codes, ancient Egyptians, Sumerians, Druids, they all believed that a word, when spoken with intention, could bend reality. These weren't fairy tales. Incantations to bless crops, heal wounds, or even curse enemies were part of everyday life. Words weren't empty, they were containers of force. In many traditions, a name was so powerful it had to be hidden, because naming something gave you power over it. Modern science might scoff. But think about this. When someone says, you'll never make it, and you believe them, your whole life shifts. That's not magic. That's the law of attraction. In action, a single sentence can lift someone to greatness or bury them in fear. So maybe ancient mystics weren't wrong. They were just using language in ways we've forgotten. If every word holds energy, what are you weaving every time you speak? A curse or a blessing? The power of words hasn't faded. We've just stopped treating it like the sacred tool it's always been. Every word you speak sends out a vibration. Literally. That's not poetry, it's physics. Sound waves ripple through the air, but beyond that, they ripple through people. When you say thank you with genuine warmth, it feels different. It changes the room. It changes you. Negative words, on the other hand, carry a weight. Say I hate this enough times, and you'll start feeling it in your body, tight chest, clenched jaw, low energy. It's not just emotion, it's vibration. You're tuning yourself to a lower frequency, like choosing static over a clear signal. Ancient wisdom knew this. Shamans, monks, sages, they all warned about careless speech. Some believed negative words could rot crops or make someone ill. While that might sound extreme, think of how your body reacts to constant criticism. That's not superstition, that's biology, reacting to energy. So what if your vocabulary was your frequency? Would you speak differently if you knew each word built your atmosphere? Try this. For one day only, use words that heal, uplift, and align. Notice how the world responds. That's not coincidence, the power of words tuning your reality. There's a reason monks chant, and it's not just tradition. Mantras, repeated words or sounds, work like tuning forks for the mind. They focus your energy, sharpen your thoughts, and align your inner world with what you want to attract. This isn't spiritual fluff, it's strategy. Affirmations follow the same principle. When you say, I am worthy, or money flows to me easily, your brain starts to look for proof. That's how the law of attraction works. Belief activates perception. Perception shapes reality. The more you repeat it, the more real it becomes. But here's the catch: it only works if you feel it. Empty repetition won't cut it. Your body needs to vibrate with the meaning. So say it with rhythm, with breath, with intention. Start your day with, I'm grateful. Repeat it until your energy matches the message. That's when the shift begins. Try this simple practice. Write 3 affirmations that reflect who you want to become. Say them out loud, morning and night for 21 days. Track how your thoughts, actions, and mood evolve. It may seem small, but trust me, the power of words lies in what you repeat enough to become. Your words don't come from nowhere, they're born in the space between what you think and what you feel. If your thoughts are cluttered or your emotions chaotic, it shows. You snap at people, doubt yourself, sabotage opportunities. Language reveals the storm before even a drop falls. But here's the twist. The process works in reverse too. Change your words, and you change your thoughts. Speak calmly, and watch your anxiety settle. Say, I've got this, even when you don't fully believe it. And watch your brain begin to agree. It's not fake, it's rewiring. Think of it like planting seeds. If your language is full of I can't, I'm not, it's hard, what exactly are you growing? Fear, hesitation. But if you speak in possibilities, I'm learning, I'm evolving. This is a challenge I can meet. Your whole inner landscape shifts. Next time you feel stuck, don't just think your way out. Speak your way forward, out loud. Stand in front of a mirror and tell yourself something empowering. Yes, it may feel awkward at first, but so did walking once. The power of words isn't just external. It's a tool for inner transformation. Imagine trying to build a bridge, but everyone's using different blueprints. That's what it's like when people don't share a common language. Ideas get lost, trust gets shaky, and connection breaks. A shared language doesn't just help you talk, it helps you understand, and that changes everything. Throughout history, great empires thrived when people found a way to speak the same words. Latin in Rome, Arabic in the Islamic Golden Age, English in modern commerce. A lingua franca isn't just practically powerful, it makes collaboration possible, even between strangers. But it's more than business. A common language becomes a vault for stories, wisdom, and identity. It holds memories of a people, their humor, their pain, their joy. Without shared words, we lose shared meaning. And when meaning dies, so does culture. So next time you switch to a language someone understands just to include them, know this: you're doing more than translating. You're building a bridge between worlds. And in a divided world, the power of words isn't just to impress, it's to unite. Complicated language might sound smart, but it rarely feels smart. Ever read something so full of jargon that you needed a dictionary just to finish a sentence? That's not wisdom, that's ego. Real power lies in simplicity, in saying what you mean, and meaning what you say. Children understand this instinctively. They don't dress up their truth in fancy phrasing. I'm sad, I'm hungry, I love you. These are words that cut straight to the point, and in that honesty, there's connection. Imagine how many adult conversations would improve with that level of clarity. In business, simplicity closes deals. In education, it opens minds. And in relationships, it builds trust. No one wants to decode your meaning, they want to feel it. So next time you're tempted to sound impressive, try being understood instead. That's where the power of words truly shines. Try this challenge. Take a complex idea you believe in and explain it to a 7-year-old, not by dumbing it down, but by sharpening it. You'll be amazed how much clearer your thinking becomes. After all, simplicity isn't weakness, it's mastery in disguise. Every conversation, every post, every inner thought, each one, is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. The words you choose don't just describe your reality, they design it. One phrase can open doors, another can burn bridges. The power of words is never neutral. It builds, or it breaks. And collectively, our shared language becomes our shared future. Societies rise or fall based on the narratives they repeat. Say we can't enough times, and nothing gets done. Say we can, and history changes. From revolutions to reconciliation, it all starts with what we say out loud. So the invitation is simple. Speak with intention, not perfection, not performance intention. Use words that heal, that uplift, that align with the kind of world you want to live in. Because every sentence is a seed, and you're the gardener. Now pause for a second. Reread your latest messages. Listen to your inner monologue. Think about your last 3 conversations. Were they planting harmony or chaos? You don't need a miracle to shift your reality. You just need to start with the one tool you've had all along, your voice. So now you know every word. You speak as a brushstroke, painting the reality you live in. But the real question is, what kind of world are you building with your words? Are you creating peace or planting chaos? Are you attracting growth or reinforcing limits? If your life doesn't parecer estar alinhado com o que você deseja, talvez seja a hora de revisar o vocabulário que você anda repetindo. What beliefs are you strengthening with your daily language? What sentences have become your silent prison? Or your hidden superpower? I want to know from you, what's one word or phrase you're going to eliminate starting today, and what will you replace it with? Drop it nos comentários. Let's create a ripple of new energy together, because transformation doesn't start in your bank account, your body, or your schedule. It starts in your voice. And hey, if this conteúdo abriu sua mente, imagine o que vem nos próximos vídeos. So don't just scroll away subs. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Your words have power. Your future is listening. Let's shape it consciously.